What's the most important thing about heritage marketing? Heritage? No, it's visitor numbers. Footfall, as we say in the trade. This was clearly the speech part of the interview, and Cressida was going to enjoy it. As you know, the Trust is 125 years old. Yeah, I knew that. And it's time for it to adapt. For everyone. Cressida stressed the word everyone as if Astrid should repeat it. Everyone, said Astrid. Exactly. Head office want visitor numbers up at Sherborne Hall, and I'm going to deliver. She stood up and pointed straight at Astrid. And here's how I'm going to do it, Astrid. There was a knock on the door, and a woman dressed in a Victorian cook's outfit bustled in. Sorry to interrupt, she said cheerily. Oh, hi, Denise. Cressida sat down again. Just to let you know, an Italian gentleman on one of the tours was in the pantry and took a bite out of a wax kipper. Oh dear, Cressida grimaced. He's fine now. I just wanted to let you know. Well, thanks for keeping me in the loop. Denise retreated round the door. That's Denise, one of our volunteers. She's lovely. Anyway, where were we? You're going to deliver visitor numbers. Thank you, Astrid. Basically, we have to attract a wider demographic with more events and activities. Often they're tie-ins with brands, and of course not everyone's happy with that. You probably heard about the pushback for our Cadbury's egg hunt. You know, I don't think I did. OK, well, a lot of the members thought it was too commercial, not what the Trust should be doing. Cressida opened the top drawer in the desk and brought out a stack of letters. Here we go. She started to read from a small magnolia note. My wife and I have now cancelled our membership after 53 years. If we wanted to visit a theme park, we would have gone to Disney World. She carried on to the next letter in the pile. This is more to the point. The fiery coals of hell await those responsible. Yours sincerely, Reverend Lionel Armitage. I guess people don't like change. Exactly, Astrid. She tapped her temple. Blue sky thinking. It scares people. She put the letters back in the drawer. Aha! Out came a stiff, shiny piece of paper. Here it is. The Trust's core values. I'm supposed to read them to you. Are you ready? Fire away. All right. She cleared her throat. It's inspire people. Love places. Thinking long-term and... She squinted at the sheet. Sorry, the laminator is running a bit hot. It's melted that bit. But I think we've probably covered it, though. She tucked the fact sheet into the drawer and slammed it shut. The door creaked open, and Denise poked her head round the frame. Sorry, I forgot to ask. Do you want me to fill out the usual incident forms? If you would, Denise, thanks. And the offending kipper? What would you like me to do with that? I'll leave that decision to you. Denise's head ducked out of view. Cressida rolled her shoulders back. When I came here 3 months ago, I sent an email saying I had an open-door policy. Don't even knock, just come on in. Well, that backfired. I think it might have. Astrid shifted in her chair. She had been there nearly 5 minutes, and there had been no mention of the job. So, Cressida, why exactly do you need an art conservator? You know, Cressida glanced at the door, why don't we walk and talk? They took a side entrance that led out into a walled garden. A herringbone brick path wound through triangular beds bordered by a low hedge of lavender. Neat rows of seedlings poked up from the soil. Hand-painted labels promised carrots, dwarf beans, and parsnips. There wasn't a weed in sight. As they walked, Cressida talked excitedly. The kitchen garden, she explained, was just a very small part of a 350-acre estate that had been in the Sherborne family since the mid-17th century. Recently, the current Lady Sherborne, widowed for 2 decades now, had reluctantly decided to downsize. She'd agreed to sell more than half of the hall to the Trust, as long as she could continue living in the East Wing. The Trust had also struck a deal to buy a selection of paintings from the family collection. Finally, as they cut through an archway in a yew hedge and out to the gardens, Astrid's role in all this became clear. The best dozen or so of these paintings were going to form the centrepiece for an exhibition called The Treasures of Sherborne Hall, which Cressida had every confidence would be one of the blockbusters of the Trust calendar. They just needed a conservator to come in and get the paintings...